One of the many things I love about having this YouTube channel and being a part of this community, not just on my channel, but many other channels too, which I've been able to engage with as well. But someone left a comment and recommendation that I check this out on one of my videos, which is awesome of them. The Lichlaerm 150 guitar speaker. I love guitar speakers. The way how they can color and finalize that tone that you're going for is probably 80 or 90% of the actual sound over, throughout the whole chain. I don't know about the actual percentage, but that's how I feel anyway, and how much effort should be put into it. And this looks phenomenal. The Lichlaerm 150. Unfortunately though, so a few good things. So bad thing is it's a little bit out of my price range, but that's okay because my budget doesn't allow for this at the moment. But the good thing is it's sold out, which means I don't have the option. So it's off the table. I don't need to think about it, should or should not get it, because I can't. But the good thing is they have offered some free IRs that they have captured, which is awesome. So they've got a vintage 30 here with the SM57 as a nice reference point to go off, because that's a very popular and well-known speaker and combination, which is awesome. And then they've got three one of theirs that they've done. So an in-between, a reference spot, and a sweet spot that they found. So what I thought would be cool today is I have my Gehenna, or Gehenna. I think it's Gehenna. I've been told how to pronounce it once, but I can't remember. I cannot remember. So the Gehenna preamp pedal here. So I thought, let's chuck this in with these IRs to see how they pair up and go. So I have this session here with some dry guitars. So what I was thinking, we'll send these out into the pedal and then back in, and then add those IRs to it and see how they pair up together. So at the moment they sound, well, dry and bland. There's just in serious need of some sprucing up, which is exactly what we're going to do now. So if I, so for any tech heads out there, I've got this channel here, channel 5, my left. I've got it routing out of my audio interface into one of the outer channels, out of the left dry, and then it's coming back in to my main one, which is my left in, which is a standard one for most audio interfaces. So if I turn it on now, without the cabinet or the IRs engaged, should sound a bit like us. So I'm going to need those IRs. So let's start fishing those out. So go to our inserts here, and bear with me just while I remember on how to grab them. Here they are. Okay, we've got 3. So let's start off with the vintage 30. Well, that's cool. Now we can just filter through them that way and see how they sound and go from there. So firstly, make sure you're engaged. And now let's hear how it sounds. Let's engage the pedal though. A lot of hiss coming through there. I'm going to have to muck around with the pedal a little bit as well to try pair up the best sound for it. So I do have that cranking a bit. And it's got a gain staging thing within it, which is really, really rad, this pedal. So yeah, let's just start and see. And we'll muck around both of them as we go. All right, yeah, so we're still getting a little bit of hiss coming through, but that's a really cool reference point now that we're starting off with. So that's how the vintage 30 sounds that they captured. And now let's see how the other ones go. So I think we'll start off with the reference spot and just see. All right, let's filter through. I'll go back and we'll just filter through the other ones. So in between. Cool, let's go to their sweet spot. So that was a little bit more brighter, and let's see what their sweet spot is. That's really bringing out like that little bit of a genty sweetener that I love in my tone, especially with this low tuning. So they pair up pretty decently, which is funny because sometimes when you've got, say for example, a certain amp head and cabinet branding, instinctively a lot of people like to pair them up. So like a Marshall with a Marshall, a Vox with a Vox, or you know, whatever, you know, all the other, orange with an orange and all the rest of it. But as we kind of progress in our musical journey, in our tone chasing, we figure out different ways on how to mix and match them to get the best out of both worlds. But these two actually seem to go pretty darn well together, how they've captured these IRs and with this pedal here. I still need practice with it though, because that is coming through with a decent amount of hiss off this pedal, but it is a preamp and I am pushing it. As you can see, I've got, you know, the gain stage happening, going pretty hard, and the cut. No, I definitely like the cut higher, how it's kind of pushing it a little bit, but yeah, I'm not sure 100% where the hiss is coming from within it. Yeah, the presence affects it a bit, but let's go through it again, and we'll do them all again, and I'll do it with a little bit of an aggressive section of the song. So going back to the vintage 30, and just watch the screen while I just click through, because yeah, I'll just keep swapping between them. hard to think which one is the best one out of all of them. But I love having a vintage 30 there within the mix to be able to compare, which is exactly why they put it there, so we can compare them and do a little bit of backwards and forwards. Because as much as a vintage 30 with the SM57 is cool, that's the combination I've got behind me in my studio here. It does feel a little bit fuzzy, I think is the best way of putting it. It's got this kind of overtone fuzz to it, where these ones kind of tighten and sharpen up a little bit more. And the vintage 30 doesn't have quite as much of a large range between palm muting and when you do more open notes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a super quick render down of all the different ones, so I can do it in a band mix. So you'll hear it with double up on the guitars, which I've just got here, and add the bass and drums, so we can have a quick check out on all of them in that situation. So sit back and enjoy. And now we have the 4 different examples with the Gehenna preamp distortion pedal, which is a very cool pedal. And what the company did with those 4 IRs, I definitely very, very much appreciate it. And first and foremost, if I did have the financial budget and they were available to buy, that would definitely be near the top of my list to grab, because those IRs are very, very promising to what the speakers could sound like in the room. But definitely keen for your thoughts. Which one stood out for you? Which one do you think was a better by itself or in the actual band mix? Definitely keen to hear it all. So thank you very much for letting me know about this and letting me discover it. And thank you for joining me on this little journey on just experimenting with it and trying them out. And until next time, please stay safe.